Welcome back everybody to another just-in-time video, and I thought I would dedicate this just-in-time video to Pixar because Finding Dory was just released over the weekend and it made a lot of money. And I thought I would go back and kind of talk about my favorite Pixar films and what they all mean to me. So first off, I'm going to start with Toy Story, and I believe Toy Story was released in 96 or 95. And I have one vivid memory with this movie, and it was one of the first movies I saw with my stepdad. I was about 4, and at that time there was this movie theater out where I used to live. Now it's a Krispy Kreme, but I remember seeing it around Christmas time, and I remember it being snowy. And that was the first film, like I said, I saw with him in theaters. It was him, myself, and my mom, and I really loved it. You know, as a kid, I just loved the bright colors and everything, but Toy Story now is still a really great film. It's a high standard for what Pixar needs to be like. Animated movies in general. It's got heart, it's got great characters, a great story, very imaginative. I really love Toy Story, and after all of Pixar, you know, releasing some other ones, they ended up releasing Toy Story 2. And Toy Story 2, be honest, I don't know much about this movie. Like, I know what it's about. There's like Zorg and you know, Bullseye and Jessie. I just can't piece together a lot more to that movie, but I do have a couple vivid memories about this movie. I do remember getting this movie on VHS, and I remember my parents and I we used to go shopping all the time. Like, every weekend we would hit up all the malls and all the stores, and we used to go to Kmart a lot, surprisingly, and I don't really like Kmart anymore, but we'd go to Kmart and they would have a Little Caesars inside the Kmart, and then they would play like kids movies. And so we sat down once and watched Toy Story 2. I remember that. I remember a lot of it. I remember the end scene with the plane and them getting onto the plane. I remember all of that, and I do remember getting it on VHS. And there was once where these couple girls that were daughters of my mom's friend, they came over and we watched it. We built a fort. I remember watching Toy Story 2, and now going back and watching it, it's still a really great film, a great sequel, one of Pixar's better known sequels. Cars 2 is just... And then we got Toy Story 3. Now, prepare for the feels. I'm gonna get a little emotional. I'm sure some people have heard this story before. Toy Story 3 is the best movie experience I have ever had, and if I could go back one day, like in my life, this would really be the one day I would go back and enjoy. Saw Toy Story 3. I graduated from high school. It was June of 2010, and I got invited to all these parties. I had my own graduation party at my house. I had a lot of people over. We were all hanging out, and they were like, "Oh, what are we gonna go do next?" Or, "Well, these people invited us. Let's go do that." And then just like, let's go see Toy Story 3. So my friend and I at the time went and saw Toy Story 3, and we saw the movie at an AMC, and the couple emotional scenes at the end when they're going down in the furnace and they're into the ashes, and they're all trying to make their way back up, and Woody just stops them and puts his hand on them and just holds hands. I cried. I cried like a little girl, and I looked over at my friend and he was crying, and we just like hugged it out right there. And like, really, like, that's what friends are for, you know, like they're there to help you. And I just had like a realization right there. Then at the end, when he was saying goodbye to all of his toys, cried again there, and it was an amazing experience. And then we snuck into the A-Team afterwards and saw that, and it was a lot of fun. It was an amazing day. And so Toy Story will always have like a special place in my heart. I just remember that day so well. It's one of the best days ever. But Toy Story, the series, it's one of the best trilogies of all time. I'm excited for the 4th one. It is an amazing Pixar film. Each of them still hold up to this day, especially Toy Story, that it's been almost maybe over 20 years, I think, since it's been released. It's still, animation it's spectacular of what they did at that time. Toy Story 2, I need to rewatch again. Don't remember too much about it. But Toy Story 3, like I said, it is, besides having that best experience ever, Toy Story 3 I think is my 6th favorite film of all time according to my flick chart that I, add movies all the time on. It is my favorite, 6th favorite film of all time. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you about some of my experiences with Toy Story. I have a lot of the Toy Story toys growing up. I had a bed sheet of Toy Story, a couple stuffed animals, but I just want to talk about some of the things I remember most about seeing these films. So, what is your favorite experiences with any of these films, Toy Story 1, 2, or 3? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on these films and some fond memories of them. So, this is Just Watch Movies with another just-in-time video. Thank you guys for sticking around with these. I know there might not be the most exciting things you ever seen on YouTube, but I enjoy doing it, and if any of you like these videos or it makes you bring up fond memories of any of these things, then I'm happy. Just comment down below and let me know that. So this is Just Watch Movies. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Just Watch Movies for more current reviews, and you stay classy, YouTube.